Hi guys, I'm Miss Lori and welcome to my homestead. I'm going to make a dessert for Easter and it's called a strawberry snowball cake. And one of the ingredients for this cake is an angel food cake. Now the easiest way to make this dessert would be to go to the store and buy an angel food cake, and I have done that before and they're good. But there's just nothing any better than a homemade angel food cake. And we have so many laying hens because we raise chickens and our laying hens, and we sell a lot of eggs. So that means we have a lot of eggs on hand and we eat a lot of eggs. So your main ingredient in angel food cake is cost a dozen eggs. So I might as well take advantage of that. And it's just, I love angel food cake. It's light. You can do so much with angel food cake. You can just leave it whole and put some kind of icing on it. You can split it in half and put a filling in the middle and then put a glaze on top. There's just a lot of things you can do. Or just eat it plain. It's so good. But the first thing I want to show y'all, and y'all have to forgive what my angel food cake pan looks like because it's old. I've had it probably, I don't know that I've not had it since probably all my married years, and it looks rough, but it bakes up a good angel food cake. Now, you don't want to grease your pan, you don't want to grease it, you don't want to flour it or nothing. You just leave a naked pan. Just make sure it's good and clean, which you can see mine's been used so much that it looks pretty wore out. And in here I've got 1 2/3 cup of egg whites. And that's usually about a dozen large eggs, give or take a few. I think mine ended up being 10 eggs because my eggs some of them were pretty big eggs. Now what I'm going to do first is you want to use cake flour. And I know a lot of people don't keep cake flour on hand. So in my description box below, I'm going to give you a recipe for if you don't buy cake flour or you run out, you can make your own. So I'll leave that recipe below. But I've got, I done forgot how much it's one cup plus 2 tablespoons of cake flour. And they want you to sift it 3 times because they want that flour to be really, really fine. So I took my sifter and that's what I done. I done it twice, but I'm going to do it one more time. And then I'll show you how fine this flour looks. It's a cup and 2 tablespoons. So I'm going to get this in my sifter. And you know, I can remember as a little girl, I loved helping my grandma sift the flour because she made, everything was from scratch, of course. And she was always making biscuits or hot rolls or bread or something about every day. So I've got my cake flour in here. Like I said, I've done sifted it twice, but I'm going to do it one more time. And you can use this little handle and sift, but it makes a pretty loud noise. So I'm just going to hit the side of my sifter. Or you can shake it like this. And you see how fine that cake flour is coming out. And this is just going to help you make a really light angel food cake. And what this does, it gets all the lumps out. So you can see it's all out now. So I've got my flour in here. And right here in this bowl, I've got 3/4 cups of sugar, granulated sugar. And I'm going to pour that in my flour. And I'm just going to mix that up. So that's my flour mixture. I'm going to set that aside. Now here in my mixer, I'm going to put in, always make sure that your mixing bowl is clean. There's nothing in there, no kind of a residue of grease or anything like that, oil or anything. So I'm going to put my 1 2/3 cups of egg whites in here. Now, I kept my egg yolks. I don't want to get rid of them. So what I'll do is I'll just put them in a container and freeze them because I don't want to waste them. So I got my egg whites in here, and I need 1½ teaspoons of cream of tartar. So I'm just going to sprinkle that in there, 1½ teaspoons. I need 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on high. I'm going to mix it. I want to mix it till stiff peaks, but you don't want a dry peak. So I'm going to try to mix it for 1½ to 2 minutes, and I'll come back and I'll show you where I'm at and how many minutes it took to get there. Mix it for just a couple seconds, and now I'm going to add a teaspoon of almond extract, and a teaspoon of vanilla. It smells so good. Okay, I'm going to continue mixing now. I mixed my egg whites about 2 minutes, and this is what I'm looking for, this right here. You see how you can pick your whisk up, and you got a stiff peak there. So that's what you want. You don't want to overmix it, but you don't want to undermix it. You just don't want to mix it till it's a dry, stiff peak. Okay, your next step is going to be, you've got another 1 cup. Now you remember we put our flour and 3/4 cup of sugar, and we mix them together, and that's in that bowl. That comes later. But you got another cup of sugar. And what I'm going to do is it tells you to try and sift your flour to make sure there's no lumps in it. Of course, this is organic raw sugar, so it's a little different texture than your granulated. So I sifted that. Now I'm going to turn my mixer on low, and I'm going to slowly fold in my 1 cup of sugar. Just get it all in there. All you gotta do is just make sure it's mixed in there good. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to show y'all what my egg whites look like at this point. So they're looking good. So now what I'm going to do is take my sifted flour and the 3/4 cup of sugar, and I'm going to fold them by hand. I'm going to put a little bit in there. And when you're folding something, you take it around, then you go through the middle, and you kind of bring it up. Take it around, fold it in the middle, and bring it up. Just like that. Take it around, fold it up. And you're going to do this till you get all your flour combined. Your flour and your sugar mixture. You know, I've given people recipes for different cakes and stuff. And I've even given a recipe for this angel food cake. And I've had people say, what does it mean to fold your flour in? So, you know, if you've not had experience with that, you don't know what that term means. So it's not that big a deal. You just want to incorporate and fold it all in there. Because what would happen if you kept your batter on your mixture and try to put your flour in there with your beater going, it would deflate your egg whites. So that's what you don't want. So you just run it around through the middle and just kind of bring it all together. You know, I know you think, man, that's a lot of work when I could buy an angel food cake and at the store, but I'm telling you, if you ever make one, you'll never buy store-bought again. They're just so good. And this is one of my oldest daughter's favorite cakes. She loves a homemade angel food cake. And at this point, you can smell the almond extract. And you know that that's what, when you buy angel food cake at the stores, that's that smell. It's that almond extract. And it just, you know, angel food cake has that distinct smell. So I'm just going to keep folding this till I get it all incorporated. You want to make sure it's incorporated good. But that's all your ingredients. And I'm so blessed to have fresh eggs, beautiful eggs. Mr. Brown raises some really pretty eggs. The way he takes care of them and the way he feeds them. So I'm going to finish folding this in. I don't want to overdo it. You just want to incorporate that flour good. And then we'll come back and put it in the pan and get it in the oven. A 375 degree oven. I've got my egg whites all folded, the flour and sugar all folded in, so now I'm going to put it in my angel food pan. Remember, we don't put any grease in the pan. I'm just going to carefully go around. Get in here as even as I can. It smells so good. And you know, if you're on a diet, of course there's sugar in here, flour, but it's really, if you just need a little snack, angel food cakes, pretty good. Just try to get as much out of there as you can. Okay. I'm just going to try to even this out a little bit. I don't want to hit it on the counter like I do my other cakes to get the air out. I don't want to do that. I'm just going to even it out a little bit. And then I'm going to take my spatula straight like this. And I'm just going to kind of run it around. Just kind of run it around like this. And there we go. Now I'm going to put this in a 375 degree oven. And it's going to take, and your ovens vary, so it's probably going to take anywhere from 30 to 35 minutes. And a lot of times I'll say that and I'll come back to you and say, oh, it took 20 minutes. But we'll see. We'll see how long it takes. So let's get this in the oven and we'll be back in a little bit. Guys, while my cake's cooking, I just wanted to come in here and I wanted to, I just want to thank everybody because I have hit a little over 1,000 subscribers. And it just really humbles me so much. And, you know, without y'all, the subscribers, there would be no channel. So we all owe it to y'all, the subscribers. And y'all not just subscribers, but we have become a family. We're friends. We're close. And that means a lot to me. When y'all like my videos, when y'all share them, when you come back with comments, and you say so many kind words, it's just sometimes, there's been times it's brought me to tears because of the words were so kind, and I really appreciate that. But like I said, I'm really humbled and I'm really blessed. And I just want to thank everybody for your support. And I'm going to keep doing this as long as I can. I hope someday to retire where I can put, more content in it. But as of right now, I do it because I enjoy it. And I've made so many friends. And Miss Vicky from Vicky's Country Home, I was watching, how I found Miss Vicky was, I was watching Linda over at Linda's Pantry, and through her I found Miss Vicky, and I just fell in love with Miss Vicky. And Miss Vicky's been through so much, and to be where she's at today is just, it's really inspiring. So thank you, Miss Vicky. She's like a soul sister to me. And I want to do a shout out to Adele from Australia. She's been with me since the very beginning, and she's like my long distance sister that I never get to see, but our hearts and our souls are connected, and it's just like we're together every day. So it's just, that's what I'm saying, is the YouTube channel has brought me to so many very nice people, like-minded people, and I love that. So a big thank you to all of y'all, and God bless, and I love you all. So stay tuned, see how my cake turns out. Okay guys, it's about 35 minutes. Got it out of the oven. It looks good. It's not as raised as what they usually come out. And I think, well, I'm going to tell you what happened. I went over there to turn my timer another 5 minutes because I had it set for 30 and it needed another 5 minutes. And I turned the whole oven off. So anyways, don't do that. But I know that's why it didn't rise as good as it should, but it still turned out good. So 35 minutes, it's hot. And what you need to do to cool it is find you something that this hole fits, what I do. And this is my Marsala cooking wine bottle. And you just want to stick it over the top, and that's how you're going to let it cool. And then after it cools completely, we'll take it out, and I'll show you what it looks like. And like I said, I'm going to be making an Easter dessert out of this angel food cake. And I will make a video on that, but it won't come up before Easter, that's for sure. But it's a really good recipe. It's easy, and it's strawberries and Cool Whip and angel food cake, and it's got strawberry gelatin in it. So it's really easy and good recipe. But anyways, let's let this cool, and then we'll come back and see what it looks like when it's cooled down and plated up. Okay, our cake is cooled. What you're going to do, because your angel food cake pan, you'll see how the bottom has got a place where it's cut out where you can push the middle through. We're going to take a knife, and I'm just going to go around the sides, kind of loosen up the cake a little bit. Just kind of push it up and work it out there. There we go. I'm just going to go around the middle here. It smells so good. Now I may take my knife. I think I'm just going to go around I really hate to do that and ruin it. But maybe I can do it without messing the top up. Sometimes it helps when you can just take a butter knife. There we go. So there's your angel food cake. Let's taste it. It's so white and moist. Isn't that pretty? Let's taste it. That's so good. You just can't compare homemade angel food cake to store-bought. It's just so good. And this is going to make a really good strawberry snowball cake that I'm making for Easter. And like I said, I'm going to video that so y'all can see the recipe. So I hope y'all like this recipe. And I hope if you haven't never made an angel food cake, it's not it's not hard, but you just have to be careful with each step. You can't just mix it up like you would a regular cake mix and it all come together. I mean, you got to make sure your bowl was clean, don't have any residue of grease or oil on it, and it's getting your egg whites to the right consistency of being stiff but not overbeat, and then folding in your other ingredients. So it's worth it. It really is. And you can freeze angel food cake too. So anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I just want to tell everybody to have a great, happy Easter, a safe one if you're traveling. Enjoy your kids, your family, your grandbabies, and it's supposed to be really pretty here this weekend. In fact, it is right now outside, and I can't wait to get out in my garden. I still got a little bit of baking to do, but I'm just raring to get back outside. So anyways, God bless everybody, and I'll see you later.